Brett Show podcast version of our material we got here for you today. It is episode 14. We're cooking, staying consistent, and we got some shit to talk about. Let me pull up my list here. We're going right into the bowl games. I mean, what an absolutely horrible way for me to start my day with the whole Michigan getting absolutely throttled by Texas today, my dude. Uh,
Yes.
our buddy Scott actually got me some statistics here. Arch was 21 for 35, 221 yards, two TDs, and he had nine rushing attempts for 155 yards and two touchdowns.
Wow.
He had an above Lamar Jackson average game. Just saying. You know what I mean? Like, that's cooking.
He's
Don't get me
baking out
wrong,
there.
Michigan is a shell of whatever you think they are, but with the whole Sharon Moore situation and
Yeah.
everybody's like already talking about the transfer portal and being in it, and it doesn't even start until like I don't know when the transfer portal starts, but it hadn't started yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna see the departure. Uh,
Yeah, you're gonna see the Michigan Foundation crumble. I think it already did, as you can see in the game today. But
uh, Let me actually check.
yeah, hats off to Texas there.
Yeah, you gotta give them credit where credit's due.
Yep. Yes, sir. You definitely have to. If I had a cowboy hat, I'd put it on right now.
All right, so far, one, two, three, four, five people have entered the transfer portal for Michigan.
Wow, that's a lot, dude. Yeah, there you go. That new coach has got his hands full, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just right at this point. I'm worried about the commits. We actually had a pretty good recruiting class coming in, and I'm just nervous. I don't think anybody's decommitted just yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, no, I mean that makes sense on the. Yeah, that makes sense though. If they're gonna enter the transfer portal, because he said the running back for Texas, he entered the portal and didn't play today.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! As of yesterday, 3,743 players are in the transfer portal.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah, dude.
It's
The chat's lively tonight, man. They're hitting us with some statistics. I
I
like
like
it.
that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a
Off to
lot
you
of
guys.
players. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, if you have some, a favorite player out there, like, I'm definitely going to be following wherever Bridge. Oh my goodness, I already forgot our quarterback's name. Oh no, but
How do you call
yeah,
yourself a fan?
yeah. I mean, I
Shit.
didn't have a lot of hopes for him because of the whole coaching thing to begin with, because they were I don't know. They had a good recruiting class, but they just didn't have what I thought they needed to do anything. They don't have wide receivers. They had a rookie quarterback, Bryce Underwood. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, you're right. Bryce Underwood.
So,
He's leaving too, you said? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Didn't you say he was in the portal too, right?
uh, I thought he was. I thought he just said something about he unfriended Michigan and did all that crap, but I don't see him in this
Yep.
transfer portal.
I did hear something about that. I don't know if it's accurate. I didn't.
Well, I'm
But
looking at the official list right now, and there's only five. Yeah, five Michigan players. One of them is a quarterback, Davis Warren.
Okay.
but he was the backup, so I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
Let me.
Yeah. Curious to see what both sides, Michigan and State, you know, see how what good players they can bring into both colleges and hopefully have a good good run this 26th season.
Yeah, no. Looking at all this stuff, all the news as of like 23 minutes ago, 24 minutes ago, everybody's curious about how Underwood is going to be with the new coach. So there's that. So I think he's sticking around. But we ended up picking up the number one running back. Uh, in the oh my goodness.
The portal?
No, not in the portal. Just in recruiting. Yeah, we recruited the number one running back.
Hmm.
Scott just said that your coach Fitzgerald is a good recruiter, so you might have a chance. You might have a chance, but you're still gonna need a quarterback now. So you're gonna have a first year more than likely next year, unless you
You're looking
guys
at them
you're going in.
going in, coach.
No, coming out of retirement. Philip Rivers can do it. Damn it, so can I.
That's what I was just gonna say. Old Rivers can do it. MC can do it. No, yeah. Scott's got a interesting fact there. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm I was really hyped this year on state. You know, they look good, like I said, and then they played a real college and then hit a brick wall, dude, and then never recovered. And then yeah, a lot of issues on the outside of the ball, like outside of football is going on and a lot of bullshit. It's like yeah, so there's a lot of hype this year, this 26th season coming in. Like I said, it's all about who can bring in the talent and make it work. So
Mm-hmm. And
I
like
mean,
Keith just said in the chat, he said Michigan State is throwing a ton of money into athletes. So like I was even saying in the pre-recording, it was NIL is just going to help us. I mean, the Big Ten is still going to make more money than other schools. So
yeah, you know what? It's funny you said that. I watched, like the Big Ten, and I watched the others, and it's like Big Ten is more interesting to me. I don't know if it's just because like Michigan State's in it,
right.
Michigan's in it, that might have a lot to do with it, but it just seemed like the football is more exciting. Minus like, you know, like Florida, Texas, that they always had good ball games,
Mm-hmm.
good ball clubs. So
Yeah. Well, and it's even more prevalent now with the NIL because I mean,
exactly, yeah. Yeah, 'cause,
because obviously, like you were saying, it is interesting in the aspect of like we have a lot of good rivals in our division
yeah,
or our conference,
yes, we
and
do.
and then with the addition of getting I think USC and Oregon, like it
Hmm.
just I don't know, it added some flavor to it because I mean not that it was old and untasteful, like it just like I said, it brought some flavor. It brought some new
Yeah,
teams in. They were good teams, so there was more you know competition. Because I
yeah,
mean, how many years was it? When the three of us were really big. Us being Michigan, Michigan State, and Ohio State, and none of the other teams were worth a darn. Penn State
right.
wasn't doing anything.
No.
Wisconsin wasn't doing anything. They'd be okay for a little bit, but they would never contend with us. We just swamped everybody.
Northwestern though was low key. They had a low key underrated football.
Okay.
They had some good players. Northwestern. They were just always underrated. They always had a good football team. Like whether they could win all four quarters is a different story, but they had a solid team, a football team for what they had.
Yeah.
I was always impressed with Northwestern. Hey, I'm not a fan, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they they have some good players usually come out of there every once in a blue moon, you
Mm,
know. So yeah, yeah, you're right. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, now that college can play or pay players, um, it's kind of it's a good and a bad thing, if you kind of look at it. I
mm.
think.
Yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, I think give it a few years. I mean, until if they end up doing a cap or something like that, that'll be interesting. But I think if they let this go for a few years, it will eventually kind of like
I think they
it'll
are.
plateau. Like I think it will plateau because everybody's gonna get fitted where they can be afforded, and
Mhm.
I mean, the recruiting aspect of it will kind of suck because you're not gonna get to necessarily choose the guy that you want.
Right.
But I mean, they're gonna go to a school, and if they don't succeed, you'll end up getting them the next year anyway with the portal because that team will know. Unless you end up getting lucky and the next guy that you recruit is actually really good, then that guy is just like eh. But I mean, it will. I mean, it's gonna bottleneck for a little bit, but then it will eventually just fizzle out. Like until you know you get down to the very bottom of schools that just won't be able to afford good teams or decent teams. But I think eventually everybody will compete. Now, yes, the money will eventually like show itself, but I think there's enough good teams and enough like I mean, look at Indiana. They're not one of the huge schools. I mean, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That can happen. Some. I mean, I was telling my dad, I'm like, if money was everything, you would think, schools like Harvard, where the super geniuses are, like, oh, I just got done, suing somebody for a couple 100 million. I can send some back to the school. They got good donors.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Right.
it's like, there's still that kind of the aspect of it, whereas like money isn't going to solve all of the problems. You still need to get the right player. But with the transfer portal, like again, that's just going to fizzle out. I mean, look at Georgia. They had Carson Beck. They ended up he ended up transferring to Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're because they were he got hurt in the bowl game last year, and then that Gunnar Stockton came in and was killing it. So they're just like, hey, we're gonna end up going with him next year. What are you doing? And he's like, peace. He got paid to go to Miami. He got a nice check. I think it was like 10, 11 mil. And
Mhm.
yeah, they're playing Ohio right now. I'm gonna actually shoot through some of the bowl games that already happened today. We got the Relaya Quest Bowl, which was Ohio versus 14 Vanderbilt. Ohio pulled that game off 34-27. Then we got Arizona State versus Duke in the Sun Bowl. Duke ended up winning that one 42-39, so that was close. I might have to check the highlights of that. And the Citrus Bowl today, the Texas Longhorns, shout out Scott, took out the
Yeah.
Michigan Wolverines 41-27. That was brutal. And then this was the game that was on during the while I was at the gym today. It was the Las Vegas Bowl. Utah took it to Nebraska 44-22. Yeah.
Wow. I would have thought Nebraska would have had that one, but yeah. Wow.
And then the playoff game that's going on right now, where they just started the second quarter. Whoa! They just scored while we were getting to it here. Miami is up 14-0 on Ohio State, and from what I'm looking at now, they have the ball back.
Ohio's got
No,
or
Miami.
wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
Carson Beck, bro. Like I'm
what
saying.
was yeah, you're just talking about him.
Yeah, you move to a different team and you can still succeed. Like Miami
Plus,
wasn't in this conversation last year. They were
yeah,
good because
yeah,
they had
plus Ohio State is
they were
pretty
the powerhouse. They
they were.
lost to Indiana the last game, and now they're about to About to. We'll see. There's always, it's the start of the second quarter. But
I got
they could have
Miami
two
all day.
losses. I'm rooting for Miami. I don't want Ohio State to
Yeah,
win.
yeah,
I'm
me
rooting for
neither, dude.
Miami. And I'm also rooting for Indiana. And they play tomorrow. Tomorrow there's 3 games on, all playoff games. Oregon versus Texas Tech. I like both teams there. I don't
Mm.
hate Oregon and I don't hate Texas Tech, but I might go for Texas Tech just because they got cooler jerseys.
I'm gonna go with Oregon.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a pad for some of these things so I can.
Just because I dig their jerseys and shit.
They do have cool jerseys, man, and they have
They
so
do.
many different varieties, which is.
They do, man.
Then that was the Orange Bowl. Then we got the
Okay.
Rose Bowl, which is
Ooh,
Bama versus Indiana.
going Indiana
Yeah,
because
I'm
it's
rooting
supposed
for
to be
Indiana. They
Alabama.
they they beat Ohio State's ass, and it was. They came out being the number one team, and they're number one.
I'd love to beat me a Southern Belle though, but other than that, I don't like Alabama. Hey, MC's just spitting facts here, folks. Sorry.
I'd date one, but I couldn't be one. All right, and then we got the Sugar Bowl tomorrow night, which is Ole Miss versus Georgia. So Georgia's still in the running.
Georgia.
Ole Miss being the underdogs, I'm going to be rooting for them, but Georgia's a tough team, so I think
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
probably end up pulling that one off.
I think they're too tough this year. So
Uh, and just some, lower level bowls that are going to happen after the New Year's. On January 2nd, we're going to have the Armed Forces Bowl, which is Rice versus Texas State. Then we got the Liberty Bowl, which is Navy versus Cincinnati.
okay,
Then we got the Holiday Bowl, which is number 17 Arizona versus SMU. That might actually be a good game.
yeah, sounds interesting. That one really does.
And then we got the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Wake Forest versus Mississippi State. Yeah.
No
Other than that,
comment on that one.
yeah, I was gonna say most of those ones, because like I said, those are lower class ones,
Yeah,
and then everything else is dependent on the playoff. So yeah, no, the bowl games are definitely going to be interesting. Uh, Watching this one probably after we get off here, I'm going to go back and watch the old Ohio State versus Miami, and watch Miami pull it off.
yeah.
But yeah, let's get into what was the next topic. I think it was
NFL.
NFL. Yeah, week 18. Well, man, the last week of the regular season, has it gone by fast? Absolutely, it has.
It's really
In
flown by
fact,
this year.
while we got him in here, we might as well celebrate him. Congratulations, Scott, on being a two-time Titan Bowl
Two-time
champion.
Titan Bowl.
Yeah. Sorry, Professor started telling me that they backed him up some more.
It's not gonna happen next year, so don't get used to it, all right?
Yep. I know. I can't believe I missed the playoffs even, man. That's crazy.
I didn't show up, so I have no room to talk. So, but
11.
congrats.
Yeah, man. Congrats.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But yeah, the last week of the regular season and some of the games that we will have Sunday to start the day. I think that's how these have them in order. They don't have the time slots yet. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We got Saturday games. Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we had Saturday games.
Yep, the last 2 weeks I forget we get Saturday games.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one, which will more than likely, oh, actually they do have the time, so I'm just being the old dumb guy. We got the Panthers in Tampa Bay at 4:30 to decide their fate. I've been rooting for Baker all year, but you know what? At this point, stick the fork in him. He's done.
Yeah.
The Panthers need to win this and just put them out of their misery.
I 125% agree with you, JP. Stick a fork in it and start over.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they were doing good the first part of the season. You know, I had my Tampa Bay or my Super Bowl ticket on them. You know, and unfortunately, it's not worth a darn. I mean, if they get into the playoffs, it'll be nice. You know, that's the only reason I would root for them is because I
Yeah.
do still have the ticket, and if they make the playoff, that's still a good payout. I'm gonna cash out, but
Unfortunately, like you said, Tampa Bay just hit a wall and did not know how to bounce back.
no, no,
They
no.
unfortunately had like really high hopes. Like it seems like when Williams went down, or yeah,
Uh,
Williams there,
Mike Evans.
or Evans. Oh, geez, yeah, Evans went down. Like they just did not know what to do after that, and it's like,
No. Well, they started hitting the rookie a little bit, but everybody figured that out real quick, and they could never get their running game really going. And
yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, like you said, stick a fork in it. But the Panthers, though, dude, I think they're low key like way underrated right now. And I
yeah,
think,
they
yeah,
ended up pulling it together. I mean, at the start of the season, I was thinking them and the Saints and the Jets were going to be the worst team. I mean,
yeah,
you know, I
but
had more hopes in the Giants. You know, they had a really stacked quarterback room. You know, they had Russell Wilson, they had our buddy Jameis Winston, and then
yeah,
Jackson Dart. You know,
yeah,
and I thought that was a great room for Dart to be in. But yeah, we'll get to the Giants when we get to them. The next game is going to be the Saturday night game, which is the Seahawks versus 49ers. And I think, if I'm not mistaken,
mhm.
this game is for the number one, the bye week for the
Yes,
playoffs.
sir. It is, and you are correct.
So I don't know.
That
That's another
game,
game where I really don't have a dog in the fight. But I think I'm going to root for the Seahawks in that game just because they're another team that, you know, they did a bunch of stuff in the offseason. Everything worked right. The coach is doing great for, I think it's his second year there. And, yeah, Sam Darnold went over there pulling it together. And,
but the San Francisco 49ers, bro. Did you see them knock off the Bears, dude?
yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Dude,
They're a tough
that,
team, and they're injury prone too. I mean, they're missing their Bosa, the good Bosa, Nick, and they're missing Fred Warner. And
man,
their defense is doing what the Lions were doing last year. Every next man up, and they're pulling their weight.
I can promise you the Seahawks and the 49ers, that game is going to be a shootout.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're going to bet money on that game,
Yeah,
bet on the yardage.
the money lines. Oh, not the money lines,
No,
but the
not the
any
money
times. The any
lines.
times.
Yes, anytimes. And yeah,
You know,
I
I
would just
definitely.
stick with that for now.
I think, you
Until,
know, like McCaffrey, I'd definitely give him one. I might throw some change on two.
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of little side money making bets you can do off of that game that if you're smart about it, you can win a buck or two, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that in the next podcast. We'll either do
Yes,
that
sir.
tomorrow or Friday. We'll do a lot of the betting stuff because that's definitely a game you want to keep your eyes on.
I am going down to Evils Friday.
Yeah, bro, I got Friday off myself, so
You going too?
I will be able to join you guys,
Nice, nice.
you and Professor as we go down and
We'll have to do a
gather
mobile
the
podcast.
harvest. Yeah, do a podcast. This is the brisket, the Super Bowl brisket. This is all of the ribeyes and porterhouses and T-bones,
Yeah,
and here's
yes, sir.
80 pounds of just ground beef.
Yep. Best meat you can buy. But
Yep.
anyways, yeah, go back to
Yeah. All right.
football.
So Sunday, to start the day off, some of the 1 o'clock games, you're gonna have Packers Vikings. Now, I don't. I think it does determine their place, maybe, but they're both into the playoffs. I think it just depends on oh no, no, no! Vikings are definitely not in the playoffs. What
I was
am I
gonna say,
thinking?
yeah, the
Whoa,
Vikings are not in no playoffs,
whoa,
dude.
whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, no, they are definitely not. Yeah. So I could see the Packers maybe even sitting some people and getting Diggs in there, maybe to get warmed up.
Yeah, I'm not even interested in that game. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, me neither. Hey, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa! Hey, turn that light back on. I do need that light. Yeah.
that's I don't know. It seems like Jordan Love being injured, they're actually putting a little more points on the board. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if that might just be me. I don't know. Maybe my buddy Bones can help me out on that one. I don't know.
Malik
But
Willis is good. He's definitely gonna get a job next year.
if the Lions are smart, bro, we should get rid of our backup and get him. I mean, just throwing that out there. He's a mobile quarterback, and we could build up. He could build, into what we got going on. But
Right, but I could see him actually getting a starting job. Like I could see him
I
making some money, like the
I don't
Jets.
know, man. If he could stay healthy, I haven't seen a game yet where he played where he stayed healthy the whole game. So I don't know if he's up to par yet to go to run the show yet.
Right. It'll be interesting.
A
We'll see
little more
what.
time, a little more time. I really do think he could be a starter.
Yeah,
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 but I think they had no choice but to throw him in now.
yeah.
Uh, Maybe if he had another year and then Jordan Love went down, I think he'd be way better than what he is now. But he's playing A1 for just jumping in. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
All right, another one of our early games. We have the Colts and Texans. Colts absolutely have fallen off after the Indiana Jones injury. Sauce Gardner got hurt. I know he's back now, but it's too late for them. And if Texans aren't sitting people, they got a tough defense, man. They're definitely another one of those underdogs over there in the AFC playoffs that they could do some damage. CJ is good. Their wideouts are good. They still have Nick Chubb and their other running back who's been doing really good this year. So
Yeah.
the
I'm not,
Texans are going to be tough.
not really interested in that one a whole
Mm-mm.
lot. I'll tune into it, but it doesn't really concern me a whole lot.
Nah. Then we got the Giants and Cowboys. Two teams that are not in the playoffs, and I really don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna be sitting people. I know the Cowboys cut Diggs, which was crazy. That was some crazy news, and then the Packers picked him up. Like,
I
oof.
know what is up with them cutting and letting them go to rival teams.
I don't know.
Well, but yeah, that's wild. Maybe the old Packers can do something with them. I think they could, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But it's still a shocker nobody saw it coming, right?
I didn't know.
I didn't either. I
I
had
figured
no,
somebody would swoop him up once I did see him get released, but even his release was a shocker. When I saw it this morning, I'm like, wait, what? You
I
guys
mean,
kind of need him.
did he have a bad season or what? I mean,
I don't know if he did. Maybe Scott can fill us in because we watch the Red Zone and Lions games. I don't really watch a full game of the
yeah,
Cowboys,
I
but
just
I can't say that he would be a reason they were bad. But then we
maybe
also
go ahead, go
we
ahead.
got the Bengals Browns. I'm gonna be rooting for our boy Shadur,
Legendary.
the legendary man. Ah. Then we got the Falcons Saints. Uh,
Funny you said that. Funny you said that, man. I'm mad at Kirk Cousins because I lost money. I bet against them on the played the Rams, and boy oh boy, I was shocked.
Yeah,
What happened to the Rams?
I don't know. They've lost a couple, and
Jeez, I don't think he's going for number two. I know we said it. I know I said it
yeah,
that
yeah. It was.
Stafford was going for number two. I'm bringing back my. I'm eating my words now. All right.
We'll see. The playoffs haven't started, but they definitely don't
Just
look hot
saying,
going into it. We'll see
not
what
looking
happens.
hot. No, sir.
Then we got the Jaguars, Titans. Titans are absolute ass, and Jaguars are looking good going into the playoffs.
First time. It's kind of weird coming out your mouth, isn't it? Saying that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Say it again for the people and the fans. Say it again. One more time.
Jaguars are looking hot going into the playoffs.
Ooh, that's. Ugh, yeah.
Then we
I know
got
it is really weird.
it is.
But yeah, they're doing something amazing. That coach they hired,
Yeah.
he's doing big things down there.
Liam Cohen. Yep, the old OC for the Buccaneers. Then we got the old Bills and Jets going into the midday games. Bills are going to absolute murder the Jets. The Jets don't have a hope.
I
You know,
mean,
you know that if not if when they lose Sunday and if they don't get an interception, it'll be the first team in history to not get an interception the whole season, bro.
the Jets.
The Jets, bro. They haven't
Wait,
gotten one interception this year.
wait a minute. I thought Aaron Glenn was a defensive guy.
Yeah, I mean he's supposed to be the mastermind. I mean he
Supposed to
was the
be the
one. He was
man.
responsible for making all of our backups, awesome. But he can't even make his starters
He
good.
can't even make the starters play.
I mean he got rid of Sauce Gardner like the
Like a
fuck.
fool.
Yeah.
Pity the fool.
I mean, Gratz, you got a bunch of picks, but you're not getting a Sauce Gardner this draft. Sorry, buddy.
See ya. Yeah. No.
Then
No.
we
I
got the
don't know. All I know is that the Jets must have paid him like $250 million or something to go there because the Jets have been ass since I can't even remember the Jets being good, bro. Honestly,
not since Favre was there, and that was 22 years ago.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's a sad situation to be a Jets fan. I can tell you that. But
Mm-hmm. All right, we got
yeah,
about 5 minutes here, so I'm gonna shoot through these a little faster. We got the old Bears and Lions. Obviously, the Bears are gonna womp us, like I.
yeah. Sorry to say, folks, but we all know that's coming.
And it's in Soldier Field, so rip.
Yeah.
Then we got the Broncos Chargers. Has the possibilities of being a good game, but the Broncos have absolutely shown that they are for real. Bo Nix is the second coming of Drew Brees. Sean Payton is happy because he can coach again, and he's got a team that he can coach. You
Yep.
know, and whatever they do in the draft just helps him.
Hmm.
Then we got the old super crap Raiders versus the Chiefs. They're both washed up teams now, and I don't know. I think the Chiefs could still beat the absolute ass Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we got the Patriot Dolphins. Patriots are another monster team, but this is a likable team. It's not the Tom Brady Belichick. This is
So,
the Drake May Vrabel era, and if they're able to make Stephon Diggs not an asshole and produce, he's been a team player this year. Except I think he's
mhm.
going to be arrested here soon.
Yep. Yes, he is, but that's a different podcast.
Yeah. And then we got the Eagles Commanders. Commanders, I had a lot of hopes in them, but
Yeah. Don't show up. That's
yep,
all I can say to him.
yep. Eagles are going to crush them. Then we got the Rams Cardinals. I think the Rams. I think that could be the game that gets his mojo back.
I think so. Yes, it
Shout
could
out,
be. If not, it's a wrap.
yep,
They're cooked.
shout out Austin Powers and the mojo.
Yes, sir.
And the Sunday night football game, Ravens at the Steelers.
I go to Steelers.
I'm going to be pulling for the Steelers, but what could be really crazy is if the Steelers lose and Aaron Rodgers doesn't make it to the playoffs this year.
That's a real high, strong possibility
Yeah,
that
because whoever wins this game is in. So it's either
yep,
Steelers or Ravens, and
make it or break it.
it would be crazy if the Aaron Rodgers gets stuffed out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got 3 minutes left. That was the schedule for this weekend. We'll obviously go into depth about the betting and stuff and the odds and what are some, good money lines, what are some bad ones, what are some good any times, and like
Max
MC said,
Crosby.
he'll be letting you guys know which games are going to be best for your yardage.
Yep.
Hmm.
And you want me to go ahead and say it, or are you gonna jump into it?
So what?
Max Crosby.
Oh yeah, we got about 2 minutes.
You got 2 minutes,
Yeah,
so what do you
yeah.
think, man? Hurry up.
Oh man, I mean that actually again, I know he really didn't want to stay. They gave him some money, so he would. They probably gave him a bunch of empty promises, like, "Hey, Pete Carroll's gonna come over here, the oldest guy in the universe. He's
Mhm.
gonna revive our team. We're gonna draft a badass quarterback, or we're gonna bring Geno Smith down from Seattle. He's gonna come over and light it up." Didn't happen.
Yeah.
They
Nope.
drafted Ashton Genty, who was supposed to be the next, Ladainian Tomlinson, and he just couldn't cook. They don't have any
No.
wide receivers. Gino
And
had some of the worst interviews I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, not only that, Max Crosby, when he took that deal, it's like, from what I gathered, it's the worst contract like he could get in the NFL, I guess, for his position. Um, and another thing is he took also a pay cut to bring in players, right? And nothing's happened. And then third, he's pissed that they want to sit him the last two games or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're saying, "Oh, he's injured," and then, like we said at the beginning of the podcast, he was, he was jumping on the trampoline, shooting threes, blah blah blah, looking fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a sitting him out so he doesn't get hurt, so they could trade him because he's been wanting out of there for years. This is
Yeah.
nothing new,
Nope.
right?
But yeah, no, it'll be interesting.
So I think they're using him for trade bait, or four, I think his incentives.
They're gonna make it.
You know how they have those incentives, and if he doesn't play, he's not going to be getting those incentives. I don't think. I could be wrong, but from what I hear,
Yeah, it'll be interesting
that's
to see what happens. But thank you
right.
guys for watching the pre-bet. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next. Ah, we'll see you next time.